room to make a handle. In fact, I may make the handle next, but I'll get back with y'all in a little bit and show you what the next step is. And I'll try to show you how to make the handle if it doesn't take too long. Okay, thanks. I'll be back. Hi, I was going to start making the handle for the fairy jar real quick. I've got this size wire. It's not going to be very sturdy, but it's just going to be for decoration mostly. But I wanted this color, and I had this color wire already. So what you do is you wrap it around this part of the jar, around the bottom rung, and you want it just a little bit loose, not very much. And when it crosses right here, make sure it's kind of even, and you can kind of pull on it to smooth it out a little bit so it's not too wrinkly. And this wire is so easy to bend, but once I put it on, I'm not going to be taking it on and off, so but you got to leave room to add the handle onto it. This is like the base of it, and I just kind of learned how to do this myself from using store-bought ones. So once it crosses in the front, you're just going to bend it like this, and it's so soft that you can see how it looks. Okay, and then you can bend this one. Okay, and it might be a little bit too tight. I think it's a little too tight, so I'm going to make it just a little bit looser. You can actually take it off to work on it if you want to. And make it just a little bigger, more like this. And you don't need a whole lot of extra. So now we have this. Okay, and that's where I'm going to cut it. And I want to cut them about the same length. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, so we got that part. Okay, so then what you're going to do is use your little jewelry pliers, and then you're just going to wrap it around there. You can almost do it with your hands. Like I said, it's so bendable. It's almost too soft sometimes to work with. And you can make your handle really however you want to. If you want to go on YouTube and, you know, watch a different tutorial for this, you can, of course. You can do it like that, or you don't even have, sometimes I don't even wrap it, I just, you know, loop it. Make sure it still fits okay. Okay, so actually now it's a little bit loose. I'm going to tighten it up just a dab. You can adjust this, you know, how you want it. You can flatten it a little bit on your table. I'm going to loosen it probably about that much. I use the pliers just so I don't make my fingers sore. I told y'all there was a lot to these fairy jars the way I make them. That's why it took me so long to get started on it, because I knew it was going to be a project. But I had so many requests for it that I planned on doing it as soon as I could. So now we're up and going with it. Okay. And it doesn't have to be perfectly, you know, straight or anything. Okay, but what I'm going to do next is take these top of cutters and clip the edges off so that it doesn't cut you or anything. So you want to get as close as you can. That's what these are for. And I close my eyes when I clip it so it doesn't hit me in the eye, because these little pieces will fly off and hit you in the eye. Okay, so then I'm actually going to tuck it in just a little bit more. And like I told you, I'm not a jewelry maker, so I'm not good at this kind of stuff, wire making stuff. I don't make jewelry and don't really want to. The only reason I have these jewelry tools and the wire and stuff is because I make crafts with it. So just adjust it till it's, you know, how you want it. Okay, so I think that's going to be good enough. Yeah, it's still a little bit loose. Let's see how it looks with the lid on it. Yeah, I think it's a little bit too loose. So I'm going to work on this until it fits the way I want it. You don't want it this loose because it's just not going to look right. So I'm going to cut a little piece out of it and redo it and make it a little bit tighter. So I'm going to turn the video off for a few minutes and I'll be back. Okay, so I'm working on the handle now for the jar. And what I did was I just took a piece of wire. I love this color and it matches my theme, so I'm using this wire. I don't know what size it is because I always just cut the tags and stuff off, but I don't know if you can see this, but it's very, very soft. It is jewelry wire, and you can see how soft and bendable it is. So what I did was I just took it and wrapped it around the jar and made it round and measured it, and I left about this much on each end so that I can bend it, and this is what it looks like. So you want it about like that, and then you kind of hook it together like this, and you can just leave it like that if you want, or you can wrap it around there if you want, however you want to do it. But you want to leave this one undone for right now and take it back off your jar because we got to make the handle part. And like I said, this is really soft. So there's that part. And then I took a second piece. You can see about how big it is. Looks like a headband, doesn't it? Anyway, and I rounded it by wrapping it around there too. So this is going to be the handle part. So you want to put it together. And so I'm going to do just like this. I'm going to wrap it around here, and I'm going to just bend it. Actually, I want to bend it under, just like that. I'm going to do that with both ends, about the same amount. So that it looks like that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and hook it on here. You can bend it under or you can bend it the other way. We'll see if this works okay. I haven't made one of these in a long time. Okay, so now there's what we have. Yep, it looks like it's going to be pretty perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and squeeze this just a little bit more. Like that, and like that, so that it'll hold on. And then I may wrap it. I'm not good. I'm not a jewelry maker, so this kind of stuff is kind of hard for me because I don't really know how to do it. only use jewelry supplies to make crafts with. Oh, my dogs are playing. Y'all can probably do a better job with this part of it because, like I said, I don't know what I'm doing with jewelry stuff. But I'm going to pause this for a minute so that you don't have to sit there while I'm just doing this, because all I'm doing is putting these two pieces together. It's going to look just like that. And I'm going to put it back on the jar. So hold on. Okay, so I've got these two pieces put together. I put it back on my jar. And now I'm connecting it down here. I'm going to get that out of your way. You just bend it. And you can do this part however you want. I'm just probably going to leave mine like that because I don't want to mess up my wire too much, because like I said, I'm not good at this. And I'm going to move my connection to the back. Huh? Hold on. Now I'm working on the things that are going to go on the outside of the fairy jar. Like I have this, and I actually bought this way from an online store. It's just a little glass vial, and it has these tiny little, they're not micro beads, they're some kind of beads, but they're real sparkly. And what I did was I added a label that says fairy dust. And then what I'm going to do is add this little eye hook thing right into the cork. This is going to screw right in. And that's going to give me a loop to hang it on the jar with. Just screw it in there. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Okay, there it is. Now you have a hanger. Okay. I'm having trouble getting the label to stick a little bit. It's an old label and it wasn't sticky. Anyway, so I'm working on that, and I'm going to, I've decided to add a chain to this jar, and it's going to look like this. You can use ribbon or trim or whatever you want. But I'm going to put it on like this and hang charms on it. So I have this. So what I'm going to do is probably do it about right here, like this. I'm just going to put this together. Here we go with this jewelry stuff again. I'm just not good with this stuff. I left a little piece here so I can hang something from that. Probably my big bauble. I'm going to show you that in a second. Get on there. Okay, there we go. So, this is what I've picked out to be my big bauble. And I may just hang it just from the handle since it's so big. Or you could hang it on this side. You may do that too. So I'm going to decide where I want to put this, but this is all it is. This is actually a Christmas decoration I got at Hobby Lobby. After Christmas, they have all the leftover stuff like this, you know, 50% off. Then it just keeps going down if you can grab some stuff. So I got two of these. They were $1.99. They're acrylic, and I got them at least 50% off, which made it 50 cents each. So, and they look really pretty. You can't tell they're acrylic, I don't think. I think they look crystally. Anyway, and I picked out some other stuff to go on in the jar. I put a rub-on on it. This is a rub-on. It says, "Imagination is powerful." I don't know if you can see it. I know it's hard to see on camera. And it's backwards probably for y'all. But I liked that. And then, let me put something like that. It looks pretty. And then for my, and I picked out this butterfly. I'm not sure where I'm going to put it yet. May just be somewhere like that, but I want to make sure I don't cover the fairy. So I'm going to find a place for that. And this is going to go on the end of one of these. This is one of those Artie Cake. It says Vintage Fairy. It's just a little charm. It's really cute. The other side says she liked to shop for antiques. It just has an antique doll. So that's going to be, I'll either put that there or put the charm there, or vice versa. And I have this little charm picked out. I just made this out of beads and stuff. And I had, like I said, I love turquoise and teal, so I have, you know, a lot of that color stuff. And I've got beads here, and pearls, and I've got this little bird nest picked out. I made this too. It's going to go on the lid. And what I did with the lid while y'all were not here was I decided, I've never done this before, but I painted this lid with white acrylic paint and then put really sparkly glitter on it, clear. And I don't know if you can see it, but it's going to be really pretty. I've never painted the lids before. I usually just glue everything right on. But I painted this lid on the rim and the top and put glitter. I think that's going to actually make it easier to decorate, because usually I have to fill in every little space, you know, where the jar shows. But I'll probably use this leaf that I made, or that I decorated. And I'm still kind of going with this big turquoise flower, something like that. And then I have a bunch of stuff picked out, you know, to decorate it with. So I'm going to decorate my lid. And I don't think you need to see those steps, because I'm just putting whatever I want to add on it, you know. These are all little flowers I made, and I have my pretty ones picked out. So I'm just going to decorate that, and then I'll catch up with y'all on the next video. The next video should be the last one. I also made this little tag for it. It says Fairy, and it has yesterday's date, like she was captured yesterday. And see, this can be tied onto the handle or anything. And like I said, oh, and here's a little butterfly. I made this too. This is made out of Prima flowers. Isn't it cute? So I don't know where I'm going to put all the stuff yet. I haven't decided, but I have lots of rhinestones and stuff picked out for it. Even I found this big one. It's turquoise. So I'm going to decorate the lid before I come back, and then you'll see how it all looks put together. The only other thing to do besides the lid and to decorate this stuff is I usually put feathers on the back. And I have my whole drawer of turquoise and teal and blue feathers out, so that I can just put what I want when I'm doing it. So anyway, they're going to go on the back. And the air conditioner blows them everywhere. And I may even put pearls around here. I haven't decided yet, so we'll see how it turns out. But the basics are done. The fairy's in there. The background on the inside is done. The rub-on is done. I decided on a piece of chain to hang my stuff from. You can actually just glue your stuff to the edge of the jar if you want to. Looks like I might need a sealer for this glitter before I start putting stuff on it, because the glitter's falling off a little bit. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be working on before I see you again. I also have sequins picked out to put on the lid. It's almost green, but it's still teal. So I have everything on my desk here that I may use. I may or may not use all of this. You never know until you get going here. But that's where we're at. So like I said, there'll be one more final video to show the finished product. Okay, after I get through decorating it. And you just have to decorate with what you want to decorate with. You know, you can use whatever you want. I was just giving you some ideas of what I put on them. So I'll see you again soon.